The leadership of the House of Representatives says it will decide an appropriate ruling regarding the motion for the release of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu.
Release Nnamdi Kanu. Don't be like Buhari, who had personal hatred against Igbo people, House of Reps member urges Tinubu. Now, the news in details.
Motions bordering on insecurity and indiscriminate killing of innocent citizens still dominate the other paper. One of them is the call for the intervention of security agencies in parts of Ebonyi State. In the process of amending the prayers of the motion, a member moved that IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu be released to bring about relative peace in the southeast.
Those in support of this motion as this amendment should say aye. Aye.
And the House was thrown into some disorder as lawmakers took positions.
A member representing Ikwono/Umuahia Federal Constituency of Abia State, Honorable Obi Agocha, has pleaded with President Bola Tinubu not to be blinded by hatred like his predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari. He urged Tinubu to release the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Sahara reporters reported on Sunday that Aloy Ejimeka, the lead counsel for Kanu, had raised the alarm over secret recordings of his meetings and conversations with his client by the officials of the Department of State Services, DSS. Ejimeka stated, "There is no way Nnamdi Kanu can get a fair trial under the current conditions of his detention, which encourage the profound interference with his access to counsels and adequate facilities to conduct his defense. There is not going to be any fair trial in that kind of scenario. Impossible." Sahara reporters reported on Wednesday, April 3rd, that the family of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, had written an open letter to the Southeast governors over the unlawful and unjust detention of the separatist leader. According to the family, Kanu is being wrongfully held against his will. The family added that Kanu's fundamental human rights had been violated under the watch of the governors, and therefore called on them to take urgent action to challenge his detention. The letter written by one of Kanu's brothers reads, "I am writing this letter with utmost urgency and deep concern regarding the unlawful and unjust detention of my brother Motsi Nnamdi Kanu." The family had earlier revealed that the health condition of Kanu was fast deteriorating. Sahara reporters had reported that since June 2021, when the former administration of Buhari seized Kanu in Kenya and renditioned him to Nigeria, the separatist leader had remained in the detention facility of Nigeria's Secret Police, DSS. But speaking while featuring on ABN TV, Agocha described Kanu as a political prisoner, urging Tinubu to release him immediately. He accused Buhari of having a personal hatred and vendetta against Igbo and urged Tinubu not to toe the path of his predecessor. He said that despite several court orders directing that Kanu should be released, then President Buhari denied the IPOB leader bail. Agocha, however, expressed optimism that Kanu's situation would end up being resolved politically. All the crimes and criminality, banditry, and kidnapping that are happening in the southeast is because of the detention of Motsi Nnamdi Kanu. A lot of people are using his name to commit all these crimes and criminality. The peace in southeast or the peace in Nigeria cannot go anywhere without the unconditional release of Motsi Nnamdi Kanu, Agocha said. Agocha, who represents Kanu in the House of Representatives, said in no distant time, his constituents will walk out of detention a free man. He insisted that Kanu had not committed any crime that would warrant his incarceration.